Oxfam shows that the richest 1% of people in India, and remember it has 1.3, 1.4 billion people in that country, the richest 1% own 40.5% of the total wealth. In 2020, India had 102 billionaires. Today, it has 166. The pandemic may have killed huge numbers of Indians as well as people around the world, but it made more billionaires in that country. 40% of the wealth created in India between 2012 and 2021 went to the top 1%, right? 40% of the wealth created in those 9 years, went to the top 1%. Over that same period of time, only 3% of the total wealth created went to the bottom 50% of that population. Okay, at the same time, 64%, 2/3 of the taxes raised in that country came from that bottom 50%. All right, what does this mean? It means that India shows the same extreme inequality that you have in the United States and in many other rich countries. And why am I telling you this? Besides that, even Oxfam, which has seen a lot, found this level of inequality in such an otherwise poor but emerging economy, it called it, quote, obscene, a word I would attribute to the United States for the same reasons. But why am I talking to you about this? India was a colony, the most important colony the British Empire ever had, more responsible for the wealth accumulated in England than any other part of the British Empire. It was an enormity. It fought very hard from in the 19th century and right up to Mahatma Gandhi's leading it into independence after World War II. It fought for and won an independence that inspired people around the world. However, independence politically for a former colony is clearly not enough, because what it did was enable the same capitalism that produced inequality in the countries that colonized to continue and do the same in the countries that were colonies of the colonizers. The inequality grotesque in UK today is replicated in India. To break out of the horrors of colonialism, the greatest of the leaders of independence knew that getting independence politically, governing yourself, however important, was only half the battle. You had to also change the economic system, because if you didn't, you'd replicate in your own country what you had to fight against in the colonizer. That's why the most important leaders for independence, and let me name 4 of them, I could pick many more: Ho Chi Minh in Vietnam, Nelson Mandela in South Africa, Mao Zedong in China, and Subhas Chandra Bose in India, all argued you have to go beyond capitalism as well as beyond your colonial status within capitalism, or else the system will resurge inside your independent country. Oxfam statistics about India prove how right those radical leaders of independence movements were.